12:34. And his sustainer responded to his prayer and freed him from the threat of their guile, which means deception. Verily, he alone is all-hearing, all-knowing. He knows all, he hears all. God knows everything. He hears everything. 14:34. And always does he give you something out of what you may be asking of him. And should you try to count God's blessings, you can never compute them. And yet, behold, man is indeed most persistent in wrongdoing, stubbornly ingrate. Read that one more time. And always does he give you something out of what you may be asking of him. And should you try to count God's blessings, you can never compute them. And yet, behold, man is indeed most persistent in wrongdoing, stubbornly ingrate. On the side, I say, I ask for freedom, memory recall, protection, healing powers, bless our angels, and God's shield and force field. Those are some things that I pray for, man. And God is protecting me. You know, I continue to pray for the righteous. I continue to pray for our angels. I continue to pray for the lost souls. You know, I believe God has his hand on lost souls or atheists as well. As long as you ain't doing something that has to be like doing, you know, have to deal with evil or doing wrong or wrongdoing, like God still has his hands in your life, whether you know it or not. You sit up here and want to detest God, speak evil of God, speak blasphemy of God, then you by yourself. But you also can be forgiven. You may be going through some things, and this is just me before being a human being. I'm not God. You know, a lot of us, you know, are going through things. They lose family members, they lose their marriages, or they lose loved ones, and they tend to want to, you know, take their anger out on God. I'm just thankful God didn't do me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, out of all the things that I've been through, I used to be a non-believer. All the things I've been through, I never called, you know, or said anything bad about God. I didn't even know about God in the beginning, so how can I say something bad about God? I didn't believe in him, so how can I say something about you if I don't know anything about you? But as I started getting older, you know, hanging out with the, you know, with the group and, you know, the clique and whatever the case may be, my best friend Charles Clay, aka Chuck the Baptist, he was one of those guys when after we would get through rapping, like we used to go to like, you know, like little spots and smoke or whatever the case may be, you know, smoke or whatever the case may be. And while we smoking, before we start writing our rhymes and writing our raps, you know, I remember times where they would get up and go into another room and start reading the Bible and praying. I wouldn't go. At that time, like I said, I wasn't fully engaged in God at the time. And they would come out, you know what I'm saying, we go back to smoking, playing beats, writing. And one day, Chuck, you know, we was, you know, we in the street, you know what I'm saying, doing our thing, hustling or whatever the case may be. And we was sitting on his strip, on his block. We was sitting on his block, and, you know, he would pray. You know what I'm saying? We started, you know, I had like a little small Bible. I used to call it my sword. I had like a little brown small Bible. You know what I'm saying? I used to open it up, you know, like one day I started realizing, coming to my senses, you know, something is keeping me alive. Something is keeping me safe. Something is keeping me protected. Something is keeping me from harm, which I'm going in the streets and putting myself in those type of situations, but something was keeping me safe from home. And I didn't know what it was. Like, my dad would come pick me up, or some days he would come and wouldn't pick me up. But when he come, you know, I remember one day he would say stuff like, he came one morning, I think he had plans on coming picking me up, but, you know, me being a little rebellious at the time, or, you know, mad because he really wasn't there all the damn time. One day he said, who you think wake you up in the morning? And me being stubborn and hard-headed, I say, man, my mama wake me up in the morning. That was me in my stubborn days. But as time progressed, I started realizing, you know, every morning that I wake up, I thank God for waking me up. You know, like today, you know what I'm saying, knowing that I've come a long way. I'm grateful for what he's done for me, how far he's brought me. You know, I'm grateful for those things. So like I said, I asked for freedom. You know, I don't want to go back to jail. I even remember when I would go to jail, when I would get myself in situations, get myself in trouble, man, and I'm sitting in there on what do they call it, vacation, Your mom or your grandparents would always say when people come through and ask, well, yeah, oh, he on vacation right now. He on a little vacation right now. That's what they would say. He on a little vacation right now. He'll be back. He'll be back soon. That just meant we were in trouble. So we did something, we got in trouble, and so we won't be around for a while. But I remember when you in that situation, you got people that's really like having prayer circles. Praying, and as you go to court, or just days that you even days that you're not going to court, they praying every day and having church. You know what I'm saying? You're going to church, and like I said, that was the beginning of me starting to realize that, I'm trying to build a relationship with God. Reading the Bible, going to the prayer circle, listening to the prayers, not being a good prayer warrior myself. I'm still to this day still trying to be a great prayer warrior, but I have my moments where it seems like, man, I can't muster up the words, you know what I'm saying, as far as praying is concerned, and it's like I'm looking for the words, but I can't really find those words, and I'll be glad when I finish this prayer sometimes. That's just how I feel. But the prayer has went up, and the blessings shall come down. The blessings shall come down. The blessings shall come down. The prayers went up, the blessings shall come down. So that's my belief system. The prayers go up. Majority of the time, the blessings come down, and sometimes the prayers don't even get answered. But that's just me understanding that, man, I gotta keep pushing and believing. As far as my faith is concerned, I did some wrong, so I can't sit up and expect God to answer every one of my prayers if I done wrong. Like sometimes I feel like I'm walking on earth, and sometimes I'm being punished for certain things that I've done in my past. Like that's just my thought process, but different strokes, different folks. You know what I'm saying? So, my memory card, man, I got, like I said, on the streets, got pistol whipped. Had a couple car wrecks, bumped my head, got a gap. When they jacked me, I got a knot on my I got a scar on my head. I've been in a car wreck, bumped my head a couple times. So I'm not really remembering things like I used to remember things, man. I have issues, so like I still go in the studio, I still write, man. But being able to recite my rhymes that I write is not the same as when I was younger. Like you can add it up to doing the drugs and being, doing the drugs and what have you. It also plays a part in it. But man, I pray to God for my memory card. I have at this point in time in my life, I believe I have selective memory where I select certain things that I want to remember, and I'm okay with that. I still, come and go, move to and fro, and sustain myself like a normal human being. We done all been through some things. I'm just pretty much thankful for where I've come to the point of where, any move I make, man, I try not to make it without putting God in every move that I make, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So that's me believing that I have His shield and His force field and His protection over me, and in comparison to other people who believe or don't believe in God. That's an extra blanket of security that I actually need, want, feel like I must have in order for me to, continue to walk the path that I walk. I pray for the good Lord to bless our angels. Some of y'all don't believe in angels, but y'all believe in ghosts. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what y'all believe in, man, but I believe in angels. I believe in God's word. I believe in angels. And I ask God to continue to bless our angels and look over them and protect them as well. I ask for God healing powers. Now, mind you, I believe in doctors. I believe doctors, are part of God's plan. God, put doctors on this earth. They're the ones that actually be able to heal us. And so I ask the good Lord to protect them as well, and continue to show us how to heal ourselves. And some of us are able to heal thyself. A healthy self, heal thyself. Some of us are really actually able to heal ourselves with some of the, the remedies, or, we got books and old sayings that tell us, take this and take that. Man, I want to be healthy. Came in this world, really doing unhealthy things, partaking in certain things, that wasn't good for my body, nor good for my mind. And so as of today, I'm trying to salvage what I've been able to salvage, for as me is concerned. Like, I'm trying to save myself, salvage myself, savage certain things that I did harm to my body, my mind. You know, I'm trying to do something like that for us. I'm not on a healthy kick, but I want to do more healthier things with myself. That make any sense? I'm almost done. What was that? 14, 39. O our sustainer, thou truly knowest all that we may hide in our hearts, as well as all that we bring into the opening. For nothing whatever, be it on earth or in heaven, remains hidden from Allah Yahaveh Elohim.